really can't put. I really hate putting the faith in the social media apps. Like they're just constantly changing in the sense of like they're gonna do whatever it takes to stay alive as a business, and a lot of times that doesn't pertain to helping like black people specifically. It normally just doesn't. It doesn't really go hand in hand.
No clearance.
What up, everybody, and welcome back to another episode of the No Clearance Podcast. I'm your host, Tyler, here with two amazing people. We got Queen of the Pod herself, KCK to the in a place to be. What's happening? What's going on?
We're alive. We're well.
Alive
Living a
and well,
dream.
indeed. We got producer of the pod, Mr. Video Editor Extraordinaire himself, the man with the plan, Jay, in the building. How you doing, my brother?
I'm good. I'm happy to be back for another episode. Second episode of the year, you know?
Second episode of the year, man. It is
We moving
already,
and grooving.
Yeah, we're getting close to the middle of January, getting close to a lot of shit, turning around. Things are happening. Things are shaking in the world. You feel me? So let's get to it, man. We start with Jalen's Nerd Corner. That's a nerd news. My bad. It used to be the Nerd Corner, but Jalen's Nerd News. Jay, what you got for us, my boy?
So this week, I'm going to talk about Creature Commandos. I've been on my DC kick lately. This is DC's first anime show with James Gunn in charge. And that shit was fire, bro.
Okay.
Shit was fucking fire. So basically, the premise of the show is, the Suicide Squad?
Yep.
So basically, it's after like the government found out about the Suicide Squad and they're like, hey, Amanda Waller, that's a little fucked up. You can't just be blowing people up because they're criminals. And like, you can't just be doing that. So what she did is, this is her loophole. She found monsters. And technically, since they ain't human, she could do what she did with the Suicide Squad with them. So it's another covert team that she uses to fix issues in the shadows.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So school show, the characters are the Bride of Frankenstein, Rick Flag Sr. So technically, to get into it, the cartoons are in the same universe as the TV shows and the movies and stuff, as the live action stuff. So it's the same voice actors they're going to use for the anime and stuff too. So
Viola Davis is playing Amanda Waller? Is she the voice?
Yeah, so Amanda, to get back to Rick Flag Sr., so Rick Flag Sr. is the dad of the guy from the Suicide Squad, the army guy who was in charge of the Suicide Squad.
Okay.
So the actor they cast to do that's going to play his father too.
He a monster?
And he's just the military guy that Amanda Waller uses to take charge of the Creature Commandos.
Got you.
So we got the Bride of Frankenstein, Rick Flag Sr. We got some fish girl. I don't know her name. Her name's Nina. I don't know. She's some fish girl. We got Weasel, who was in the last Suicide Squad movie, and then we got Dr.
Weasel
Phosphorus.
was in the beginning though, right?
Yeah, Weasel was in the beginning. He survived.
He's in
the cartoon now.
Wow. Okay.
Yeah.
Cool.
And then we got Dr. Phosphorus, who's like this fire guy. And
now I will say, DC does a good job with their anime or cartoon, whatever the fuck you want to call it.
Yeah, their cartoons and anime and stuff is really good.
Do you know what this will be airing on?
No, so let me get to it.
Word to Big Bird.
So it just ended.
It just ended?
Yeah, it just ended. The season finale was just last weekend.
What was it on?
It's all available on HBO Max.
Hey, oh yeah, they do got the deal.
So it's all available on so it's all available on HBO Max. Well, Max. Now I hate that. But the whole season just came out. It's only 8 episodes. It's a really good show. I didn't want to talk about it till it ended because I didn't really care when it first dropped.
How'd you feel about it overall?
So it was good. It was a really good show. I think it's dope that the people who are voicing the characters could be in the movies because a lot of these characters are actually very interesting. It was kind of low key, a little bit of a depressing show, but actually, it was interesting. It was like way better than I thought it was gonna be.
Now you say it was an anime, so it was in anime style.
No, it wasn't anime. It was an animated show. It's a cartoon.
Animated. Oh,
yeah,
okay,
it's
okay.
animated.
Okay,
so
my bad. So in the similar space of what was the Joker's girl?
The Harley, no, not
Harley
like
Quinn?
that style. I mean,
Okay.
yeah, animated. That they're both animated, but that was more like a comedy. It's more funny than like this is like kind of like a little serious. It's a little
But
dark.
I guess I mean in the animation style, it was the same as that Harley Quinn.
Yeah, it was American made anime. Yeah, American animation. Yeah,
Got you.
it wasn't anime.
And now this ain't this. I know Harley Quinn was one, and this is another, but there's other animated DC shows, right, on Max.
Now, well, the OG ones from back in the
Outside,
day
I
when it was
mean, like
good.
like the
But
latest. It's
like
just Harley in
this,
this.
it's Harley Quinn in this one. Those are like the only ones right now. They got a couple other ones. Like they got My Friends with Superman. That's an animated Superman show. It's kind of that one's more anime inspired. And
Okay.
then they got a couple things here and there that like are cool,
Yeah.
I guess. But like the Harley Quinn show is the best show, and then this new Creature Commando show is the first show under James Gunn, like his first original, something that he made under the new DCU.
I was gonna ask which one, which one do you think was better? But let me include the Let me just in the world of the shows in the DC world. So we're including John Cena. We're including the John
Peacemaker,
Cena
yeah,
show.
that counts as James Gunn too. That's James Gunn's actual first thing he did for
Oh,
DC.
so from them three, how what do you which one did you like? How would you order it?
Like out of all those shows that came out,
Yeah,
like Peacemaker, Harley Quinn, Creature Commandos.
yeah,
Let me think. I don't know. They're all such different shows. You can't really rank which is better than. I mean, it's not. They're such drastically different shows. They're not really like in the same like like oh this is a sequel to that. Not necessarily. But it takes place in that universe if you think
yeah.
about it. Because it started with the Suicide Squad, the one with Idris Elba that just
Oh,
came
this
out in
is a
20.
good question.
So
Oh,
then that led to Peacemaker. And then
yeah.
technically Peacemaker did lead the Creature Commandos because it is the same universe. So
So let's do
let
this.
me think
Let's
about
do
it.
this.
Harley Quinn, take Harley
Suicide
Quinn
Squad.
out because that was
Let's take Harley
before.
Quinn out. What about Suicide Squad? Suicide Squad 2, Peacemaker, Creature Commandos, rank 'em.
Well, I'm not gonna rank them, bro.
Trying to get Jalen to make a decision is the funniest shit
Nah,
ever.
you gotta make me rank something. I didn't think about ranking. I have to put some
Rank him
thought
on the
to.
spot. Nah, they gonna put you on the spot.
I'm not gonna do that. Well, the first Suicide Squad was terrible, so that's automatically last.
Okay.
And
The
then
movie, you mean the movie?
yeah, the
With Will
movie,
Smith?
yeah, the one with Will Smith, that was ass. Technically, that shit was so ass. The Suicide Squad technically isn't even a sequel. They just redid the shit.
Damn, Jesus.
Like it's kind of a sequel, but not really a sequel. You know what I'm saying? Like they're like, nah, that shit happened, I guess, whatever.
Okay, so
So
that's 4.
and then you forgot another movie, the Harley Quinn movie, that counts too. So then now, damn, bro, this is a lot. This is overwhelming. I don't know. I wasn't prepared for this. Well, the first Suicide Squad was ass, so that's automatically last. So I gotta put. This is tough because I like the rest of the stuff. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Let's talk about something else. Yo, what I wanted to talk about was Amanda Waller, because Viola Davis is the perfect person to play Amanda Waller.
Yeah,
so
I can't think of anyone else to really play that role.
Just to think about Amanda Waller basically is hired by the government. She has her own government agency, and basically her job is to just protect Earth in America by like any means necessary. Like she's like kind of the baddest bitch ever if you think about it. Like she don't give a fuck. Like she be like, oh, I gotta kill so and so. Yeah, do it, kill him. What? That's not even a question. Come on, like
Damn.
Superman sniffed the wrong way, kill him. That nigga's crazy. We can't risk it. Like, she don't give a fuck. Like, she's like how Batman got a contingency plan. She's like, no, let's just use it. Like, she don't give a fuck by any means necessary. She makes by any means necessary. Like, Viola Davis is the only person who can play that.
You think?
Like Annalise Keaton. That's who Amanda Waller is. Annalise Keaton. It's literally Annalise Keaton.
Gotcha. Locked in. We're locked
Amanda
in.
Waller, and she's always been a black woman in the comics. That's the crazy part. They've always had her as a black woman.
Doing that?
I don't think so. No, Angela Bassett. Here's
my
she
thing.
could play strong.
She could be a runner-up though. I wouldn't put her first, but she could be
Angela
on the list.
Angela Bassett is the queen of Wakanda, and that's who she is.
I mean, she was.
Nobody else could be the queen of Wakanda like Angela Bassett.
Nah,
you know what?
She should have won. I'm gonna be honest with you. That should have been her Oscar win when she was in Wakanda Forever. She got robbed.
She was snubbed for sure.
She got robbed by Jamie Lee Curtis. Fucking Freaky Friday beat her.
What was she in though? That threw me off.
Anything.
She was in everything all at once. There's the thing though about that. It was even worse because she's like in it, but she ain't even have a scene where it's like.
I mean, she did a decent job.
She did a
decent is not
compared to the other people acting in the movie. She wasn't even number 2.
Oh,
she was having.
She was like number 4.
What'd you say, Tyler?
What'd you say?
She was having relations with her fingers in the movie. There was a scene.
Yeah, I remember that. There was like the hot dog fingers.
All sensual.
That's a good movie, KC, since you're in your K-drama era.
Oh,
I've seen that one.
That's okay. I know what movie you're talking about now.
Yeah. Even though it's Chinese, but still, if you in this world right now, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Michelle Yeoh, she a bad bitch. She always been a bad bitch. She be kicking niggas in the head and shit.
That's a conversation for another day. I don't like C-dramas, but we'll continue.
All right. Okay.
That's Jalen's third quarter. Amanda Waller's a bad bitch. Creature Commandos was good. I give it an 8 out of 10.
CC.
It was really good. I actually do recommend y'all check it out on Max. It was actually pretty good.
I'm paying for Max. I might as well, huh?
Hey,
when football season over,
I'm screaming.
It's only 20 minutes, Tyler. Oh,
are you serious?
It's a cartoon, nigga. What cartoon's over an hour?
I'm just asking the question, my nigga. You ain't got to come at me with this type of attitude. Nigga, ask the question.
Oh God, the hostility.
Oh God,
I'm just saying.
I
didn't know it was 20 minutes. I will tune in, Jay.
Yeah, it's a 30-minute show. I know how you love a 30-minute show.
I can't stand these hour-long shows.
His attention span is
Yo, it's his attention span. Because TV shows have been an hour longer than we've been alive.
Now, mind you, I do watch Game of Thrones. I've ran through The Wire. You know what I'm saying? Like, I do that.
You ran through Game of Thrones and The Wire, and you are complaining?
And you complain about hour-long shows. Those shows are longer than an hour-long show. Usually an hour show is like 44 minutes.
First of all,
let me
just say this. Number one, those two shows are absolute classics. Absolute amazing shows.
How do you know
Don't recommend to me some average shit.
No,
that's crazy, Tyler.
But KC,
that's disrespectful
you gotta understand.
KC's
you gotta understand.
Entertainment.
Let me talk. Let me talk. Everybody know The Wire is an all-time classic. So when niggas like, nigga, you gotta watch The Wire. You gotta watch The Wire. Whoop Papa in Baltimore. Nigga, come on. Of course I'ma tune in. And then it captures you right away. Okay? K-dramas got fillers. I can't do it.
No such thing.
Well, first of all,
thing.
Hyperbole and you're capping. Literally, you have 16 episodes. Each episode is not a filler.
How the fuck you have a filler in 16 episodes? That don't even make narrative sense.
Some of them are 8 episodes. The one I recommended you, because you said, I want some hood shit, Casey. Give me that fire. Give me that Rough Rider shit. I was like, cool. My name. 8 episodes. And
talking all that shit.
Look,
50 minutes.
Didn't even look into it.
Nigga, I I just got home. Y'all niggas told me at the gym. I got a child. I don't have time.
I'm not okay.
You niggas acting like I could just turn on the TV and go watch this shit. I got a kid, the girl crawling around everywhere. I ain't got time to be trying to. I gotta read the closed caption and I gotta watch the little girl try to crawl everywhere. She try to go up and down the steps. She's shitting everywhere. What are we talking about?
We're saying
only got 30 minutes. Only got 30 minutes. You niggas want to give me hour recommendation.
So here's my thing though, T. Here's the thing though, T. You've been saying this since before your baby was born. You've been saying this since I've known you.
He full of lies.
You've been saying this, and don't put it on, baby girl. Don't you put it on, baby girl.
I've been giving these Negroes recommendations for K-dramas, and I'm so specific because I know y'all don't want the rom-com.
Okay,
so
see,
I'm giving you the action-packed shit.
You can't tell me I don't be trying to tune in, unlike some other niggas on the
I'll be honest with you. It's never been my cup of tea. You
can't tell me I don't try. I've watched one or two episodes.
I've given Jalen grief about Alchemy of Souls because I literally know the anime he likes and shit. He likes Alchemy of Souls. He would eat the fuck up. But I say what I say and I keep it moving. That's why I got a YouTube video out where I'm recommending it to everybody but y'all two assholes. Y'all
all that to say, I'm going to tune in to Creature Commando because it's a 30-minute episode. That's all I'm saying. A nigga like 30 minutes. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? I can watch it. I still got another 30 from the hour to do some shit. I don't feel like I waste time.
Whatever.
Okay. Nigga be active.
Let's
get into our next section of the podcast. We got KC's T. KC, what's going on?
Okay, this week was really like slow with the tea. The tea was not really tea. But I did want to talk about Bad Bunny's new album. I am so obsessed. I don't like to speak Spanish, so I'm not going to say the name of it in Spanish. I'm going to say the name of it in English. Yes, I'm very gentrified if you give a fuck. Yeah. So the name of his album is I Shoulda Took More Photos. The whole album is basically a love letter.
Is that what it stood for? That's what it meant in English? Oh, that's a fire-ass name.
So it essentially is a love letter to Puerto Rico and just like appreciating the island. But he brings up the topic of like, yo, Puerto Rico is going to become Hawaii if we don't get it together. The tourism and the shit like that. You got a lot of white people now trying to buy up a lot of property in Puerto Rico. Thankfully, my family, we still have our house, my grandmother's house, and it's intact. And it's together, but it's very much so becoming very gentrified. You have a lot, it's essentially, my mom describes it because my mom's right there. You know, she's in Puerto Rico now. She's a, what do you call that, snowbird? She doesn't stay in Boston when it's cold. She goes to Puerto Rico. And she said that it feels like Aruba. And that's not a compliment, right? It's very much so a lot of white people who do not speak the language. Because how are you going to come to an island, don't speak the language? They complain about the food, talking about it's spicy. I saw a reel on Instagram where it's like, motherfucker ordered a fucking empanada and wanted the crust cut off. Just a little glimpse. So bad, you know, like, what the fuck does that sound like? But Bad Bunny is essentially bringing attention to what's going on in Puerto Rico, but in his like Bad Bunny flair. And there were some people that were like upset and they were like, nah, we're not trying to be conscious right now. We're just trying to have a good time. But I thought that Bad Bunny did a perfect blend of like giving you like reggaeton beats, salsa, the feels, the vibes of Puerto Rico, but staying true to like who Bad Bunny is with his lyricism. So if you haven't done so already, you should absolutely check out Bad Bunny's new album. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
KC, that's a very interesting subject matter that he's speaking on. I feel like this is happening damn near everywhere in the world. White people are leaving America and raising up prices everywhere else.
Yeah.
It's happening in Mexico. This is happening in Europe. Europeans are getting sick of the tourism.
Mm-hmm.
Matter of fact, there's been things online where people were like throwing food at tourists, like at restaurants.
Don't you throw no food at me while I'm on vacation?
Well,
that's
it's
crazy.
more like the Wahites, but this has been a real thing. Only place I haven't heard is Panama. A lot of black people have been moving to Panama.
So here's my thing too. I would say It's frustrating because I think if you're adding money to the island, is great, right? Like if you're coming and you're submerging into like the culture, you get, instead of going to like a Hilton or whatever, you're getting like an Airbnb. Like you're doing stuff very centered in like giving back to the island. That's different, right? Versus like I'm gonna go and I'm gonna do it. Basically, I go there and I'm like super far removed, if that makes sense. And I think it's, you know what I mean? It's like going to Hawaii, but not going to visit the volcanoes and like educating yourself about where you are. I think that, and this is not just a Puerto Rican thing. I think if you go anywhere outside of the US, you should submerge yourself into the culture and where you are and soak up that history. I mean, when I went to Cuba, I got an Airbnb as much as I could. I did different activities with the natives and things of that nature. Tipped, had conversations and like learned more about where I was at. And I think now more than ever, it's more so about boosting the economy of Puerto Rico and not the pockets of America. And I also think Puerto Rico is a territory, and yes, we're like citizens and yada yada yada. But the voting situation, and there's all these stipulations of like you're a citizen, but and then there's this long list of fucking shit we don't get or shit we don't. You know what I mean?
That's still
So
crazy.
it's insane, but I think there should be more attention to it. And I'm glad he did this album to really name the beauty in the the gorgeousness of Puerto Rico. If you've never been, absolutely recommend going. If you need an excuse to go, he's having a residency there, which is another opportunity where he's adding to the the economy of Puerto Rico. I think X amount of days in July when he's launching it and starting it off, it's only open to residents in Puerto Rico. And then in August, he's opening it up to anybody to come. But yeah, I absolutely plan on going. I'm tempted to use my grandmother's address, but I'm going to be, ethical and I'll wait till August. Yeah.
You gonna do that and go see Beyonce?
Beyonce postponed her shit. That's the
She
more
did.
tea, huh?
She
This
postponed her
heifer
announcement.
Said BRB, there's fires. Girl,
I mean, the fires are devastating. Though.
No, they're devastating for
sad,
sure. I'm not
sad.
taking away from that. But those people might need a little bit of joy, A little bit of
I mean, it
they
kind of messes up the tour schedule.
Yeah.
I mean, because you can't hit LA.
That's so crazy. Janae Eagles house burned down. That's so sad.
That is a lot of money, yeah.
Oh man, we send our prayers up to everybody in California, in the LA area. Just pray all y'all safe. You know what I'm saying?
Yes.
Continue to remain safe. And shout out to the firefighters really trying to put all of that stuff out, man.
You know who I'm not shouting out? The insurance companies. Y'all are dead fucking wrong for not letting those people their fucking money that they done paid into for God knows how long. Can you imagine?
Yeah. And shout out to the prisoners that they said to go fight these fires to help with the fire department.
And the Mexicans.
Who can't become firefighters after they get out of jail, even though they signed up to do this.
And they only get paid $10 an hour.
And they only get paid $10 an hour.
$10.35.
That's crazy. And you're not gonna feel the 35. Let's be honest. Yeah.
No.
You know,
wow.
I mean, they're fighting fire. They could die.
Wow. I don't think that's enough to like risk your life. $10.
I'd have to sign some paperwork. Like if I do this, my nigga, you gotta set me free.
You're in jail. You're in jail. I'm just saying,
no, I understand.
No, but Jalen, I'm risking my life though. I feel like there should be like a.
That's like if prisoners went in the 9/11, all respect to them.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying? If there was a similar situation, with something that much your life at stake,
catastrophic, yeah.
Oh, come on, bro, you got to let me go.
I think they're fighting. People are fighting to get them able to be able to become firefighters after they get out.
I mean,
you got to shorten my sentence. Forget to get me out, man. Shorten my sentence.
Get me out of here. Get me out the hood.
I don't know how it works, but I know they get paid.
Shout out to everybody. Shout out to all the firefighters who's fighting, regardless of your situation. We appreciate everybody who was in the fight right now.
Yeah,
you know
it's crazy, man.
Yeah, man. Yeah. All right.
Big ass fires.
KC, it is our sports expert, specifically NFL, and it is the divisional round of the NFL playoffs. KC, it's time for KC's picks, where she will pick winners of this playoff weekend. KC, you did a pretty good job last week.
That Rams one, bro. Hey,
I didn't get it.
no, you got it. That Rams one,
Yeah.
that was crazy. I was not expecting that. That was it was an
Oh,
ass
I saw
whooping.
that. I saw that coming. I
It
saw
was an
that coming.
Yeah.
ass whooping.
Come on.
Yeah, them.
That was bad.
It just is what it is. So KC, my bad. You did a good job. You actually called. You had Washington winning, right? I'm just a
Yeah.
hater, and I didn't have them when you had Washington
Yeah,
winning.
she had them winning.
Yeah, you called. I think you.
Come find me, huh?
Did you have the Chargers or the you had the Texans winning, right?
Be fucking for real. I had
No,
the
she didn't
Chargers.
have the Texans. Why don't you like the Texans again?
We'll talk about that offline.
Okay.
All right. Yeah. Well, the Texans won.
Damn.
Therefore, the Texans are playing the Kansas City Chiefs in the next round of the playoffs.
Sorry to be them.
The Texans always play the Chiefs pretty hard. It's normally actually
Like
a pretty,
tie type stuff.
like they play them. They make it a tough game for the Chiefs. Chiefs normally win, but they make it tough.
It's the
Boom.
playoffs, though. This is a different type of Chiefs.
So that's quick. I'll say Chiefs. Next one.
We got the Detroit Lions versus the Washington Commanders. The Detroit Lions are 15-2, while the Commanders are 12-5.
These are my favorites, KC. This is my favorite to make it.
The game's in Detroit. There you go.
Let's go, KC. That's
all right,
great.
we got a rematch of the regular season with the Los Angeles Rams going to Philly to play the Philadelphia Eagles. The Philadelphia Eagles 14-3, while the Rams 10-7. KC, who you got?
I like to just
don't do this to me. This is not the time to mess with my emotions. I need you to do what you got to do. I need you to do what you got to do.
I'm gonna go. I like to see you sweat, Tyler. This is fun. I'm gonna go with the team that flies. Eagles.
All right, yeah. Woo, boy, I tell you, boy, I'll be hurt.
I'll be honest with you. I'm having a Super Bowl
for those
party.
who don't know, pretty much every time KC has picked the Eagles.
Okay, gotcha.
Yeah, she always picks them. I'll be honest with you, T. We're having a Super Bowl party, but it determines if they make it to the Super Bowl or not. So, yeah.
If the Eagles make it to the Super Bowl, I am signing up for the Eagles Autism 5K run.
Hey, that's what's up.
That's beautiful.
Yeah, the run will be. I probably should do it whether they make it or not. But the run will be, I think, the May 21st or something like that.
Oh, so it'll be nice out.
Yeah, I'd have to raise like $300, and but if you raise it right, the post race, you get to go in the stadium, like on the field. And I fuck around. I will be in there forever.
Hey, dude.
Hey, you know what? That's not a bad exchange.
That's not bad.
Exchange at all. Okay, we got one more playoff game, a rematch of week 1 or 2. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills. This is probably going to be the best game of the weekend. The game is in Buffalo. We got 2 of the MVP nominees, NFL MVP nominees, in Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson.
This might decide it. Who's gonna win MVP? Depending who wins.
Yeah.
Depending who wins is gonna get MVP. I bet.
Well, we'll also see what type of game Saquon Barkley puts on.
Yeah, what are the 2 teams again? Because you said a lot of words after.
Oh Lord, my apologies. We got the Baltimore Ravens versus the Buffalo Bills.
And you said it's in Baltimore.
The game is in Buffalo, New York. That's cold as fuck. Cold as hell.
Yeah. Is it not cold in Baltimore?
It's cold,
but it's colder in Buffalo.
Buffalo's like Canada.
It's further.
Okay, it's like in New York, Buffalo, New York. Casey.
Okay, gotcha.
The Bills are 13-4, while the Ravens 12-5. Ravens looked really good last week. Beat the brakes off the Pittsburgh Steelers. However, the Bills looked just as good. I think they put up about, I want to say 40 something. Let me check.
Yeah, they whooped
last week.
The Bills
put up 31. The Bills won 31-7 last week, and the Ravens won 28-14 last week. Mind you, the Ravens was up 21-0 at halftime. Casey, who you got?
I mean, I think weather can.
It's a hard one.
Make or break a situation. You know what I mean? Especially if it's like cold. You're not used to that type of cold. Oh, then. I mean, I'm gonna go with Buffalo. I just feel like you have the home advantage. You're used to that climate. You know what I mean? Like I'll go with them.
Nobody gets used to that type of cold.
Yeah. And
I never
if
go
you're
against
up
Lamar
near Canada, yeah, that's cold as fuck. Yeah.
unless he's playing against the Eagles, man. I don't go against Lamar. So
Yeah.
I'm going Baltimore. I'll probably be wrong. I will probably be wrong.
I don't know. That's a game I want to see.
That is KC's picks. That game, Jay, it will be on at 6:30 on Sunday.
Oh, that's the night game?
That is the night game, yes.
Oh, I'm gonna watch that. That's gonna be a good one.
Yes. And the KC, the Houston game is gonna be on Saturday at 4:30, just in case you want to go to a bar, check it out or something.
I'm cool
With some folk.
Do you got so KC? What is it? You're a Patriots fan, right? Is that what it is? Is that why you don't like the Texans?
I'm gonna be honest. The Patriots. I mean, what's
Oh, they got a
going
new
on?
coach, KC.
We got a new coach.
I saw they got a new coach. He's Caucasian.
Felt kind of racist. Not gonna lie to y'all.
It's Mike. It's Mike Vrabel. Oh, it's
Yeah,
it's Mike
but y'all
Vrabel.
gave that nigga 1 year.
Yeah, I mean, they gave Gerard Mayo 1 year, but it's Mike Vrabel.
Can you say his name right?
That's how you say it, Vrabel.
Vrabel.
We've already,
right,
Tyler.
ahead,
We
Casey.
discussed. You know the way his.
Go ahead, KC.
I don't see what's going on.
Go ahead.
I don't hear the difference.
I'm not a Texan fan. I don't know. I'd go to 10 Rockets games before I go to Texan game.
Dang.
I respect it.
I'm
I
just
respect
not.
it too.
You know
I
what I
respect it too. I just want
You
to
don't
This
feel
is,
it.
You
don't
just
feel it.
certain teams you don't feel the heart. You don't feel the passion.
Yeah.
I don't think the fans are that passionate.
Maybe that's what it is. You know what? I'm gonna say they're absolutely not. I've been to 3 Astro games, and I just don't feel it. It's like you don't want these niggas to win for real.
Yeah,
Well, the
Houston.
Astros,
Houston used to have a team back in the day. They used to have the Houston Oilers, and then they didn't have a team for a long time. Like the Texans still kind of. I mean, they've been there since about 05.
Oh, but that's still
they
new
don't,
though.
They don't have. Yeah, they don't have like a history.
Yeah.
They don't have like a
That's
history
what it
per
is.
se. Ever since like Warren Moon and them boys. After that, they somehow got dismantled. So
I think that's what it is. There's no.
They actually ended up going to Tennessee. That's what happened. They moved to Tennessee. Houston didn't have a team for a while. Then they got a new. Then it was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. So.
Oh, yeah. Well.
All right. Let's get to it, man. Let's get to our main topic of the show, man. TikTok, for now, is being will stop. You will not be able to download TikTok come January 19th.
Yeah, January 19th.
Because y'all
Day of
niggas didn't
inauguration.
know how to act. See what happens? Have no decorum on that app. Now look.
Well, I don't think that was the case.
I don't think so.
It
But I
probably
don't
wasn't.
blame you. I don't blame you, KC, for popping off like that. I believe there was this for security reasons,
Oh,
for
that
national
makes
security purposes. TikTok.
It's kind of
being
crazy
banned.
because it's
How do you feel?
Singapore.
National security though?
Yeah. They think it's owned by China and they're taking our data.
I mean, we got their kids making our shoes. I think it's a.
But yeah, they don't want our data. They don't want them to have our data because if they have access to
I
their
know.
data, they can get into the.
Oh, the system.
It's
and
not
shit.
that, man.
Yeah.
Access to the information, access to the TikTok data. What we don't want is what Russia did. This is all allegedly what Russia did in the election about 4 to 8
starts to
years
get
ago.
spooky.
So, with the information that China gets, you can possibly manipulate elections or manipulate the people.
That too.
And now mind you, yes, TikTok is was made in Singapore.
Yeah.
But I guess it's too close because if allegedly China's the TikTok algorithm in China is much different than the TikTok algorithm in the U.S. and the information that is being spread to us, they say could be used as somewhat of a weapon.
Basically,
you get what I'm saying. So yeah, they want to ban it unless somebody buys it, and allegedly. TikTok's cool with selling it to Elon Musk.
No, they're not. They said they weren't cool with it. Did they change their mind? They just said they wasn't cool with it.
It's what I've been seeing in the news, man.
Oh my goodness. So then they changed their mind.
If he gets TikTok and he already has X, that is a lot of power
That's
one
too
man
much going
can
on.
hold.
X sucks now. Can we talk about it real quick? X is terrible. Have you
What's
been
bad
on
about it?
there? It's not the same. The algorithm's
not.
stupid. I can see so much shit I don't want to see anymore, like a bunch of racist shit and fucking homophobic and sexist shit. It's crazy now.
What side
Is
of
it me? I don't
what
be
side of
seeing
X
that
are you
stuff.
on?
That's what I'm saying.
Every time you click on a tweet and then read what people respond, it's always the most hateful shit.
Oh,
You don't custom.
I don't
Yeah,
go
when you
on-
read like what people
looking at-
responded to tweets, it's
Yeah.
always the most fucking hateful shit. It's like crazy now. They be saying whatever on there. It's not the same it used to be. People used to be
X-
funny on there.
Yeah, it's turned way more into a news source
It feels like the dark web.
than a social media app. It's much more of just like, hey, this is the news, and
I be
people trying to
getting
figure out
people.
what is going on.
Yeah.
I be seeing
like-
people just tweet shit, and I'm like, who the fuck is? I don't even follow this person.
Yeah, you get a lot of that on the timeline.
Yeah, I don't fuck with it no
Here's-
more.
Here's
I
my
don't
thing.
fuck with it no more.
Talk your talk, Casey.
TikTok, I really didn't fuck with TikTok to begin with because TikTok was just biting off Vine. And if we can all be realistic, Vine was very much so black. And a lot of creators that we love now or know of today, like I think King Batch or whatever his name is, he came off Vine. You think about all these people who are like comedians, actors, actresses who've came off Vine and really made something shake. Then they took Vine away. So now you have people that are on TikTok, got thousands, if not millions, they're making, the money or whatever. What are they supposed to do? Because that transition, even from Vine to like Instagram, that transition is not easy. And a lot of them didn't make it. You know what I mean?
Even TikTok to now, if you think about it, people who are famous on TikTok ain't famous on Instagram.
No.
Yeah,
Some
The numbers
people
do
like that
not
just
match
doesn't.
up.
It's two different audiences, honestly. Like even our clips go big on TikTok, but they don't go big on Instagram.
What do you think
The ones that go big on
audiences
Instagram
are?
don't go big on TikTok. I feel like it's just like people go on TikTok more just to watch people talk shit. I feel like I see more videos of people just talking to this shit like it's a random, like you know how like IG stories, it's like that, but you can see random people. That's how it feels like to me. And then when you go on Instagram to see people you know. Instagram's turning into Facebook, like where you go on there to see people you know.
Ooh.
If you think about it,
Not
What is
Facebook? Ooh. LinkedIn. Facebook's LinkedIn now.
yeah, Facebook's
That's how
LinkedIn.
I treat Facebook just like, yo, I'm making sure my
It's a family version of LinkedIn. You go on there to see how your relatives are doing. Not to
shit.
get
Jessica went to Cuba. Oh my God. Aaron went to Tulum. You know what I mean?
Oh.
Like, oh my God, I hope all is well.
cousin Ollie got married. You know, I didn't even
Didn't
know I had
tell
a cousin.
nobody. This is where you get the family gossip too.
Yeah.
You know, when you got your
Oh,
cousin,
they
cousin
got
out there.
married? That's
Yeah.
for Facebook. Instagram is like, oh, they fucking. And then
TikTok
TikTok's
is like, I got that disease from him.
yeah, exactly. That's what it is. That's how it feels like. And then YouTube is over there in the corner with his cuck chair. Like Diddy.
I don't know what that means, bro.
I just heard the Diddy and I was like, okay.
I don't even know what that meant. Like,
I'm screaming.
what do you mean by
oh
YouTube?
my God.
YouTube just over there in the corner doing their own
YouTube
thing.
actually
just
might- I
watching
mean-
everybody just like, yeah, y'all gonna put your videos over here. Y'all gonna put them on this. Y'all gonna do it.
Yeah, that's very interesting. I never made a TikTok profile outside of no clearance. I never got on the app.
Yeah.
Makes sense.
I was at the point I was just tired.
It's exhausting.
I just didn't want to do it. I just said, fuck it. What do you mean makes sense, Jay?
You delete Instagram like once every 3 months because you get sick of it.
That's fair. That's
so
fair.
why would
That's
you have
fair.
another social media platform?
And I feel like TikTok's so much more like intense than Instagram. Instagram's subtle.
Yeah.
TikTok is like you really get in this dark wormhole of, and that's why I ended up deleting it too, because you just get so consumed in like going through TikToks. It's like
You
really,
go
it's
down,
too much.
you find out a random fact on TikTok. Next thing you know, you're going on a dark hole trying to find out more about it. You
Yeah,
see a
like
clip of a TV show, you're like, oh, I want to see the rest of this, and you're going
it's
on
like
down.
the
Yeah,
dark
like 6,
side
7
of
things.
the dark side of Disney, and it's like break it. I'm like, I don't want to hear that shit. I like
Yeah.
So
Pocahontas.
I mean, it sounds like fucking let it go then.
I mean, yeah, but it's also low key. It's beneficial to a lot of people because a lot of people make money off.
I mean, people can figure out how to make money.
It's like people.
Here's like I
think
said,
it's fucked up.
you
Like,
just gotta, you have a week now, right? The 19th.
Yeah.
You
This
gotta.
been a ruling for months. So
Yeah, so
for people to be like,
y'all should have been making that transition. You
Oh,
know what I
yeah,
mean?
no.
yeah,
A lot
It's
of
a
people
tough
been
transition,
downloading.
though.
No, downloading their videos on TikTok, throw that shit
Oh,
on
yeah.
Instagram Reel, throw that on YouTube Shorts. Like now you have to, but this is why I think it's important not to put all your eggs in one platform.
Yeah.
Because now you done put all this energy into TikTok, now it's gonna go away. Now you have to essentially start over again on YouTube, Instagram, and Twitter. I would say Twitter don't even count. Twitter's like impossible to crack that fucking G code.
Yeah, I don't even know.
You know what I mean? It's impossible. But now you have to start again, and you're not going to have the same following because, like you said, to your point, Jalen, it's a different audience, it's a different crowd.
Yeah. It's hard because you think about it. If you post the same videos on all these different social media platforms, they all get different numbers. And then it's like, how do you choose which one to keep putting your energy towards when the one that gives you all the engagement and stuff, why wouldn't you go towards that one? That's where the money is.
I feel like this is a testament to like you really can't put. I really hate putting the faith in the social media apps. Like they're just constantly changing in the sense of like they're gonna do whatever it takes to stay alive as a business, and a lot of times that doesn't pertain to helping like black people specifically. It normally just doesn't. It doesn't really go hand in hand, and so it's hard to be like trying to go all in on the social media site. And I understand that it you should use it to make money, but it should also be more like we're using this to build money in another way too. Like one of the main things I see is like when I see comedians, of course comedians can make money off of the social media sites, but it's also like important for them. You need to go the heck on the road and actually touch the people.
Yeah.
So, and that's the real money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like social media is only one end of it, and there has to be other aspects to what you're doing, because relying on this is just it's getting crazy out here in regards to like the money they're really trying not to pay social media content creators. They're really trying not to at all costs. And so even with TikTok being banned, while that will bring more users to these platforms, I feel like it's just going to make it harder for people already on the other platforms to it just makes it tougher.
I do think it's also some good to it because it's going to be a lot of shifting audiences. Like a lot of people are going to be looking for something to look at. It could work in our benefit in the long run.
I mean, we've built up a cachet of videos and entertainment for people over the last couple of years. Like, as soon as people hit our page, I feel like they're like, "Yo, we found something." So
you know what I mean? Because you scrolling, you know.
Yeah.
There's volume.
Speaking of that, if you are on Spotify, please subscribe, follow our Spotify podcast channel.
Leave a comment.
We dropped a video on Spotify. Check us out. Please subscribe to the YouTube channel. We're close to 500 subscriptions, so let's get there, man. Make sure you subscribe and like the video. Follow us on Instagram _no clearance. You know what I'm saying? RIP to TikTok if it is dead. You know what I'm saying?
They fighting for it. There's a senator in Massachusetts fighting for it.
Jesus Christ.
Ed Markey. He's fighting. He's fighting for it.
I guess I respect it, but ain't nothing else like that could require more attention.
Right.
Yeah. Well, he's basically his thing is he's fighting for people who are making a living off the shit that's gonna be losing their money. That's basically his whole thing.
Now I get it from an
Where he's
economical
like,
standpoint.
yeah.
I get it. I get that. But it's time to do Instacart.
Because a lot of people,
it's time to do DoorDash. You know what I mean? Nobody's above, Uber Eats.
Look, at one point in time, TikTok wasn't here.
Yeah.
So
but also
figure it
when
out.
TikTok wasn't there, you wasn't making no money.
We'll figure it out, man. Americans always do. You figure it out. Let's find another
Honestly,
way.
there's a good that there's bad to it.
Yeah.
It's a
All
very addictive social media
What did-
platform.
Tyler, you always said not to put your assets in one thing, correct?
Yeah.
You gotta spread that shit out. Y'all
Yeah.
niggas put all your shit in that TikTok.
Yeah.
Had to spread it out. Let this be a
put
lesson.
all your shit in that
You gotta
TikTok.
figure out Instagram now. But a lot of people don't want to go to Instagram because of this. They're like, oh, it's all Mark Zuckerberg's doing, getting in behind the ears of the politicians and stuff.
Well,
Mark
you can
Zuckerberg
see
is
because he
a
has
hustler behind the
Facebook
scenes.
and Instagram now.
Yeah, because Facebook owns Instagram. Well, technically, it's Meta owns them all. So,
But that's him.
Yeah, it's Meta.
That's him. So, it's crazy that he wants to get it makes sense that he was behind it, trying to get rid of the social media platform that was his direct competition that wasn't in this country.
He needs to improve the apps.
Yeah, I mean he does.
Make it better.
Yeah.
I don't.
Yeah,
He's just being a hater at this point.
He was
Make
being a
Instagram
hater.
and Facebook great again. Yeah.
Yeah, Instagram is cool and all, but it's not as cool as it used to be.
No, it's not.
Yeah, Tyler got deleted every 3 months.
Hey, and I'm not gonna hold you since we're on the feedback train. YouTube, the shorts, a little more time would be great.
What do you mean?
Okay.
I feel like the
What do you mean?
YouTube shorts, 60 seconds. Jesus Christ.
They could go longer than 60 seconds now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. We have a couple that's longer than 60 seconds.
All right.
Jay, I get off Instagram every 3 months because I'm on it too much. I need to be in reality.
I don't be on Instagram that much.
Sometimes I get on the page and then I realize I'm not present. I just when I realize I'm not present, I'm like, this shit I gotta.
Oh, you don't have self-control. I got it.
Yeah, that's what it sounds like. That's what it sounds like.
Tyler,
It's not necessarily.
Well, only
what
time
it
I'm on
is.
social media is when I'm at work. I don't be on social media at home.
Yeah, I'm on that. Well, I'm not on it at work, so we switch.
Yeah, I don't go on it at home. What's
so
the point?
Jalen, essentially, Tyler really works. We just shoot the shits at work.
Yeah, I guess so. Because that's where I spend all my time on social media at work. On the clock. On the clock.
That's my favorite type of scrolling. I'm getting paid for it.
You're like, ooh-wee. Might as well, since I'm here. I mean, I ain't got nothing else better to do. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, shit.
This man talking about, I'm at work. I be doing my job. Damn, bro, making us look bad. We talking about I be on reels.
People who smoke cigarettes get to have a cigarette break. Shit.
Yeah, shoot.
You know what I mean? I'm getting my.
What you supposed to do in the bathroom at work? You gotta drown out the fucking sounds of people walking by.
That's the worst part.
Yeah, you gotta drown it out. You gotta drown out the sounds of it. You know what I'm saying? That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say on that. You know what I'm saying? Hey, don't start talking about that part of me being on work in a clip or nothing. People from my job be seeing this.
I won't make the clip.
People
All
from
right,
my
here we
job
go,
be hitting me
man.
up and be like, I see the clip on TikTok. All right, leave me alone, nigga.
All right, turn those tables.
Right.
All right, man. Welcome to Tyler's Turntables, our hip hop section, man. Little Baby dropped the album 2 weeks ago. Wham! And last week he dropped the deluxe version. This is our first Little Baby project in a long time. He's done a couple interviews. One with Lil Yachty. He did another one with Charlamagne in promotion. I gotta watch the Charlamagne episode. And Lil Baby was in business school for a while.
Is that where he was?
He was at Harvard. Harvard, yeah.
Harvard. He was at Harvard. Yeah, you know
Yeah.
what? Can I say something before you go on to your
If this is about
review?
Boston, please stop.
Review?
Let me get to the fucking album.
No, it's about Lil Baby.
No.
Okay.
he's
So
gonna say something
actually,
disrespectful.
it's about hustle and flow. I started to say this last week. I listened to the Lil Baby album.
Uh-huh.
I get where they were coming from for Dre TL now. I'm assuming this is what Lil Baby probably sounded like when he first started out, because remember, Lil Baby wasn't a rapper.
Oh,
Correct.
that's true.
So
He
I'm
said
like,
this.
oh, they probably listen to it, because I'm not saying he sounds like Lil Baby, but the way he talks could sound like a child Lil Baby. So I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, it kind of made Dre TL make sense. He still sucked, but it still made it make sense to me, to a bunch of niggas from Atlanta wanting him to win.
You referring to Rhythm and Flow?
Yeah, that's what it's called, Rhythm and Flow. Did I say
I was
Hustle
like
and Flow?
Hustle and Flow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I meant Rhythm and Flow.
out here for a pimp.
I just don't like. I'm just gonna say right now, Ludacris and Lotto. I don't know what they was thinking. DJ Khaled did not want that dude to win.
DJ Khaled, because he's here with it.
DJ Khaled was like, hey, whatever y'all say, I guess.
Yeah.
But you could go. Sorry, Tyler, I didn't mean to interrupt.
Shout out to Lil Baby, drop Wham. You know, the feedback was a little interesting on it. On X, I looked on X about the album. A lot of people feel like, not a lot of people. I've seen tweets feeling like
Not
feeling
you gassing it up.
Yeah, I want to gas it up. I've seen tweets, people talking about, Gunna can make an album without Lil Baby, but Lil Baby can't make an album without Gunna. And honestly, I feel like niggas
I
is hating.
seen that. I seen a lot of those tweets too.
But I feel like niggas is hating. I think what we got was what was a Lil Baby album. Like, I don't know what niggas be expecting of certain rappers.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, My Turn, his album My Turn, like,
that was good.
Made it put him at a higher pedestal. It put him at put his music as like, yo, the next one should be crazy, right? And we didn't really get that in the last album, but I think this album is solid. I really like the song By Myself with Rod Wave and Rilo Rodriguez, even though I don't understand a word Rilo Rodriguez said, but the hook was hard. I feel like that's the single off the album. And all the other Jones, I mean, cuz was just spitting bars. It's really like you could tell that he actually putting in effort in regards to the rapping now.
Like the craft of it?
The craft, yes. Yes, the craft of it. I like I said, By Myself, I like the Do For a Win. It's one of my favorite Jones on there. So he got a jump with Glorilla. KC got a jump with Glorilla on the album.
Yeah,
Glorilla's a good feature. Wasn't a fan of the hook or anything like that, but I think Glorilla had a decent feature.
Was it her singing the hook?
No, it was Lil Baby.
Okay. Damn, this nigga said it's my song. Okay. Go off, King.
One song that people was excited for that I'm like, it kind of came and went to me was Dumb Dumb and Dumber. Which was Lil Baby featuring Young Thug and Future. Which you know, if you put those two artists on a song, you kind of feel like that's gonna be like huge, but it didn't give like we try and make a hit off of this. I feel like just off a name alone, the streams are gonna go, but the song really kind of just came and went for me. You know, y'all let me know how y'all feel about this album. You know, if I don't know how I'll be grading stuff. Out of 5, I give it a solid 3. But I feel like it was for him to not be rapping for a minute and come back, especially for somebody that's not conscious per se, for somebody that's not like Kendrick Lamar, you know, them boys who don't put together like concept albums. I feel like this was solid. I also, based on his interview with Yachty, I'm expecting him to come out with another one. He's going to drop another one pretty soon. I think he want to call it Dominic, and I think that's going to be way better than this one.
Okay.
Just throwing that out there.
I hope
think
so.
It's going to be way better.
I'll say this. I think artists who drop albums and it's they use their like government name, usually it's a different level or different side to the artist. And maybe that's what he's like. He's at this point where he needs to tap into that. Because I think we've gotten, solid projects out of him, but maybe people want this level of maybe vulnerability, right? Like you said, he hasn't really, if we look at all his albums all together, none of them have been like a concept. Like I'm not giving you a message. Now I'm not saying that's bad. Like you can't, everybody can't be Kendrick
Everybody
and
can't do
Cole.
it.
You know what I mean? It's about
correct.
balance. But I
Yes.
would, I would enjoy hearing him attempt it. You know what I mean? I don't think it would be a bad look,
Yeah, and look, we've gotten songs from him like that. Like what's the joint where he dropped during the
police brutality?
Yeah, I remember that song.
I can't think of the name, but I know
doing the George Floyd stuff. I remember that song.
See, and my thing is that
the
was
bigger
such a
picture.
solid,
bigger picture.
That was such a solid song. Now imagine if he did a whole project with that kind of energy to it.
Exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
I can see it.
Yeah.
Exactly.
I listened to some of this album. I thought it was straight. Like you said, that song "Dumb and Dumb and Dumber" kind of came and went. That's one of the songs I listened to. I forgot it even was on there.
And it's like, yo, this is the thing is like, this is the first time we hear Young Thug.
Yeah, and I was like,
sitting there like, this song's
gonna
release.
Yeah, I was like, this gonna be the one.
Crazy, and it
fell flat.
Yeah,
I myself was a good song. Rod Wave's on it. I understand the talent. I just want to tell people, I understand that he's talented. I've listened to Rod Wave before. I've listened to him. I just didn't know he was as big as he was.
Well, I've been trying to tell you for a while.
I know we listened to a couple albums when we used to do albums. I never said I disliked him. I never said I just didn't know he was as big as he was.
Hey, Florida's a big state, man.
Yeah, I didn't even know he was from Florida. That's the thing. I don't know much about him. I just know he makes good music. You know what I'm saying? Like maybe he just doesn't hit our age range. You know what I'm saying?
When your balls are that.
Because I have to, if I'm not thinking about it, it comes out. But I didn't know he was from there. That's insane.
Yeah.
How old is Rod Wave? Oh, he only 26.
Like a northern state, like a cold.
I thought he was from Detroit or something, but then I remember that's T Grizzly.
Ooh, okay, maybe I got them confused. My bad.
Maybe they both hefty fellas.
Damn,
ooh,
I didn't
like myself. I can say it.
And one last thing, man. Shout out to LiAngelo Ball, man.
Swerve in the corner. Whoa.
Hey,
shout out to LiAngelo Ball. He dropped
that
the song.
man put he's like, I'm gonna put a little bit of that shit on it.
My Swerve in that corner. Whoa.
I felt like I was listening to Cash Money or No Limit Record.
Heavy on
that joke was hard.
Heavy.
That joke was hard.
Big Cash Money vibes.
He just signed a $15 million deal.
Label.
$15 million deal. He just signed.
He signed a UMG.
UMG.
I know.
Keep his music, keep his masters.
Hey, you know what? Good for LiAngelo, because I'm gonna be honest with you, he truly is the middle child. The man couldn't catch a break. He stole some glasses in China like 8 years ago now, and he ain't never lived it down. The nigga lost.
Okay, so you didn't hear about this?
Yeah, hear about this.
So he went to he was, he's part of the Ball family.
Yeah,
so
I know that. Yeah.
The oldest brother NBA player, the youngest brother NBA player, right?
The youngest one is the laziest one. Yeah, go ahead.
He can ball though.
He
can
ball.
No, he can ball, but he's lazy.
Yeah. So his brother, LiAngelo went to UCLA. Everybody was like, oh, he's supposed to be next up. And they went to China for a
it's like a tournament or something
for a basketball game. And the boys stole some sunglasses, and that nigga was locked up in China for a second. Trump had to get him out. Shit was crazy. But safe to say he was kicked off the team.
From a designer store. It was a designer store too. It was like
safe to say he was.
He don't
kicked
have
off
it
the
though.
team. It's just some stupid young nigga shit.
He was trying to fit in.
Yeah,
he was trying. He was being a follower.
Gotcha. Well, I know his father.
He tried to.
It was bad. I remember I used to watch.
He tried to make the
show.
league. He went to the G League. He had a nice little jump shot, but he just he just didn't work
It
out.
didn't work out with him.
For him to get this deal, and for all the Ball brothers to now be
He got a baby too.
in this level of success is crazy because his father kind of spoke this all into existence. Like when the oldest one got into the league, his father came on the scene and was talking mad
Bad
trash.
shit.
Just like, I'm a great father. I'm gonna show you
The
how
big
I
baller
know what to do
brand.
with my boys. Yeah, big baller brand. You know, he's like, I know what to do with my boys. I would have beat Jordan. You know, he was talking a lot of mess.
Yeah.
And
Ooh,
he's
Now you
kind of
got-
backed it up to see all the sons really doing something.
well, you
He's
know
backed
what?
it up.
I will say that's not an easy feat to do that
No,
with
no,
three.
no.
You know what I mean? That's not easy.
Yeah.
They had their up and downs, you know. They had their fraud. They had that friend that was stealing from them, and they still persevere. You know, they had their own basketball league in across
I know.
the country.
I watched their
Yeah.
snippets of their show on Facebook.
So good for
Their
LiAngelo
shows.
because the man ain't gonna make the league. He getting too old now, unfortunately.
No, but you know what? You know what you do when that doesn't work.
You pivot.
Get
You
another
pivot.
one.
You pivot. You got
know
all
what I
them
mean?
tattoos for a reason. You got all them
Whoa.
tattoos for a reason. Now I can be a rapper.
Yeah, shout out to LiAngelo, man. It was very impressive.
I'm
Very
excited
impressive.
for him. I always felt bad for him.
If there to anybody listening, man, if there's an album you want us to review or you want me to review, man, let me know. Just text me, slide the DM, just give me some suggestions.
Message
all
us
right?
or something. I'll let him know
Message.
on some social media.
Oh my gosh, you
Yeah.
remember that? What a throwback, huh?
I put that in your video, girl.
Oh, you did?
Yeah, you'll see.
All right, so let's slide to our last segment of the podcast, our podcast tip of the week. Jay, producer of the pod, take it over.
What's up, everybody? So this week's podcast tip of the week is podcast hosting platforms. So if you want to start a podcast, the way to get it to spread on everything like Apple, Spotify, Google Podcasts, all that good stuff, is to sign up for podcast hosting platforms such as Spotify for creators. When we started, that shit used to be called Anchor. Buzzsprout, Podbean, all them type of things. Those are where you would upload your podcast to and spread it out to these different platforms that will play it, such as Apple Music, Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and Google Podcasts. For those are for the audio people. You know, that's just the way to get it. It makes you an RSS feed, and that's what gets sent to these other platforms so you can spread your podcast. But yeah, that's the tip of the week. Make sure you sign up for a good podcast hosting platform. Specifically Spotify for creators. That's the best one right now.
Yeah, so we now Jay, I know you were saying it's for audio, but as we've been playing with lately, you can just upload your video to Spotify, and it will post on the podcast platform as well. It will do audio and video.
Yeah.
Now, mind you, I know a lot of people, you know, kind of focus on the YouTube side of it and making good video content. I truly believe there's still a really good space with if you just want to do audio. Like I wouldn't like, don't stop yourself from just making great audio quality podcasts or just a great audio show. Using the podcast hosting platforms to upload your stuff. And one thing about the podcast hosting platforms, when you first start, be patient, especially with putting it on Apple. At least with Anchor, at least with Spotify for creators, it takes a minute for the Apple RSS feed to upload. It's on damn near 2 weeks.
Yeah.
It takes a minute to get that started. So be patient with them on that end. Of course, it's going to be right away for Spotify. But I know a lot of people, you know, get their audio podcast straight from Apple Podcasts. So just be patient with the Apple Podcast. And if you don't want to be patient, you can actually create your RSS feed on Apple, and upload it that way if you want. But I would just say, just wait, because once it's all set up, it's gonna be immediate. It's just that initial episode takes a little bit of time.
I think it even still takes a little bit for Apple, like maybe like an hour.
Maybe so. Yeah.
Like maybe
Yeah.
2 hours. Like I think it's an hour for Spotify, an hour for Apple. Like if you
Yeah.
upload it at 11, it will be up at 12.
Which I feel
I
like
will
that's not that
say-
big of a delay. Like, you
No,
know,
not really. I mean, you're not gonna listen to it right away anyway. So
right.
you know, I will say if you can start a podcast, start audio first. Learn how to talk on the mic. Worry about the banter and how you communicate with one another. Cause that if you have that and then go over to the video stuff, if you try to do it all at the same time, it gets really overwhelming. As we learned with the podcast here, that there was
Yeah.
points where we're
I
like,
mean, unless you pay, especially if you're doing it on your own, like unless you want to pay for a team, I'm sure that'll work out. If you
Yeah.
do need video editing, you can actually hit us up. You can hit up Jay.
Yeah.
He'll edit your podcast for a little price. You feel me?
A little
If you do
something.
want that end of it, but it is recommended. I agree with you, Jay. Zoning in on the audio first, I think is very important.
Yeah. Always start with good audio. If you got good audio, you're gonna have a good podcast in the long run when it gets to visually.
Indeed. And that is our podcast tip of the week. We appreciate y'all for tuning in, man. Great episode, KCJ. Good to see y'all once again on the internet. We gotta do this. We really gotta plan it in person. I know we talk about this every year. We gotta plan it in person. Hopefully at some point.
We do gotta plan it in person for sure.
Y'all be safe, man, and
Make a vlog and shit.
yeah. Have a good week, man. Stay black.
Stay blessed.
Peace.
Peace out.